Good morning, all of you. Welcome to the online classes of KMPS. As you know that we have finished up with the chapter of the revolt of 1857. That was a very important chapter where we discussed that the starting of the freedom struggle for the country of India. Now we'll be continuing with the path of freedom struggle with India. Now what we'll be studying? We'll be studying that how India approached towards independence in the stages. Now we'll be discussing that how the nationalism became a very important and prominent role in India, and it played a significant role in awakening of the Indian masses. Now what happened in this chapter, we'll be discussing about the role of Western thinkers, that what role did they play about the growth of nationalism in our country, and now finally the country was ready to fight unitedly against a common enemy, that were the Britishers, instead of fighting individually among each other as well as from the Britishers. Now let us start with this topic. Now what will be happening? I have told you that the revolt of 1857 basically resulted in a failure, correct? But that was not a failure itself. It was basically the starting of the big march towards our independence. First very important thing happened, that for the first time there was a growth of nationalism among the Indians, and now Indians were ready to fight against a common enemy, that was the Britishers. Now let us start with this topic, role of the Western thinkers. There are certain points in this we'll be discussing one by one. First point, the role of Western thinkers. We studied that for the first time the Western thinkers also told that India is an ancient civilization. India is an ancient civilization which is basically not just in the recent years that has developed. It is developed since 5,000 years ago. So it is the ancient and the oldest civilization of the world, and it cannot be treated inferiorly. What happened? The Britishers was treating Indians inferior to them, and they were exploiting them. There were discrimination between the blacks and whites, and they were treating Indians as their dogs. It was many times written that dogs and Indians are not allowed. So when this approach developed, so that the Indians thought, yes, we are not inferior to anyone, and we should fight against the autocratic and the rule of the Britishers, which is exploiting Indians in all the spheres of life. Second point, what happened? Certain big writers such as Thomas Paine, William Wordsworth, Max Muller, they emphasized that all the people in the world should have liberty, fraternity, brotherhood among themselves, and they should not be exploited on the basis of caste, color, creed, religion, sex. They should be basically treated equal to each other. Next, third, a very important point, that there was a rise of Western education in the country. When the Western education in the country was growing, then what happened? Now the people were not emphasizing that we should only be studying about the things which are going in our country, but also all over the world. So what happened? They thought the idea of a spirit of individualism developed, humanism developed, and they started having a scientific and a rational approach, which taught them that we should fight against the Britishers because they are not doing justice to our country. Next, a very important point, that there was a very significant change that was brought by English language. You know that English language played a very important role. It is a very important question. It comes for 2 marks. That English language played a very important role in spreading the nationalism and uniting the Indian together. What happened? The people of northern India and the people of southern India, there was a great divide among themselves because they were not having common languages. You must have studied that कोस में बदले पानी, चार कोस में बदले वाणी. What happened? That India was variety. India is still a variety of languages, customs, traditions, and the people were not interactive with each other. They did not know the language. Basically, the northern Indians, southern Indians do not knew the language of each other. Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil were not understood by the northern Indian people, and the southern Indian people were not understanding our language. So there was difficulty in communication. What happened? English language became a common language that bridged up the gap. It bridged up the gap between the southern India and northern India and all the intellectuals and the lower class people, that they had a common language and now they can communicate with each other in a proper manner. Next important point, the growth of nationalism was also encouraged by the French Revolution and the American Revolution. What happened? That the French Revolution and American Revolution taught the Indians that if the French and America can fight against the autocratic rules which were there in their own country, and in America the Britishers were ruling, they threw out basically threw out the Britishers from their own country. So they thought that now we should be fighting against the Britishers, because if they can be thrown out by other countries on the ideas of liberty, fraternity, equality, brotherhood, so we can also do so. Next, a very important thing happened, the Afghan War. What happened? There was an Afghan war, a war with Afghanistan was there of Britain, in which the Britishers were defeated. You know, a small country, Afghanistan, defeated the Britishers, and it rose a feeling that if a Britisher is defeated by Afghanistan people, the people of Afghan, then it can easily be defeated by us also. They are not the things which cannot be, they are not invincible. They are not the people which cannot be won. They can be won, they can be thrown out if they are doing things which are not good for our country. This were the basically role of Western thinkers and the ideas which were promoted by them. Next, what happened? Certain policies which were taken by the Britishers also were adding fuel to the fire. जिसको बोलते हैं ना, आग में घी का काम कर रहे हैं. What happened? That Lord Dalhousie introduced the telegraph and postage line as well as the railway tracks. This was a blessing in disguise to us. It was a blessing in disguise to us. But earlier what happened? A rumor spread. What a rumor spread? That it was being thought that telegraph and postage line are basically for mass hanging of the people. As you know that wires are being from one pole to another, and they were being in open. So the people thought that these are the wires like ropes which are there, and in this the mass hanging of the people would be there if they will be raising voice against the Britishers. So it made the people more annoyed. Next, what happened? The railway tracks, they thought that railway tracks are basically being made so that the Indians would be laid down on the tracks and the train would bulldoze them, they would kill them. There was also a discriminatory policy that the richer Indians and the higher class Indians thought that they would come into contact with the Shudras and the lower class Indians, which were untouchable. They'll touch each other in the compartments as well as in the growth portion and pattern. So this was another big problem with the Indians. So these problems enhanced the growth of dissatisfaction with the Britishers. A pioneer person, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, you must have studied about him. Raja Ram Mohan Roy did a great things for women upliftment, and he basically abolished the sati system with William Bentinck. William Bentinck was Lord William Bentinck. He was the viceroy of the Britishers. He helped Raja Ram Mohan Roy in eradicating the sati system. He raised the age of the child marriage. He also started that widow remarriage could be there. Now what happened? All these things also was not liked by some of the section of the Indians, as they thought that they are interfering in the religion of the Indians. Next, what happened? A very important portion that comes for your examination, that policies of Lord Lytton. Lord Lytton was a viceroy in India. He was basically known for his repressive policies against the Indians. Basically, all the British viceroys were not good to the Indians, but he is basically known as a person who was totally against the Indians, and he was exploiting Indians in all whatsoever manner he could. Now what happened? There were certain things which were introduced by him. We'll be discussing them. First is Great Grand Delhi Darbar. Great Grand Delhi Darbar, what happened? This Great Grand Delhi Darbar, as you know, I have told you Queen's Proclamation. Queen's Proclamation was that now the Queen would be the Empress of India and the British the Indians would pass in the British crown. So he organized a great Delhi Darbar in which he wanted to crown Queen Victoria as the Empress of India. In 1877, remember this, these years are very important, 1877. When he introduced that great Delhi Darbar, the situation in India was very bad as Bengal was suffering from famines constantly. There was set of famines constantly hitting Bengal where lakhs of people died due to famine, due to drought conditions, due to inavailability of the food, and he did not spend a single penny. Single penny means single एक रुपया नहीं उन्होंने खर्चा किया on the development of the Indians, and they were only exploiting the Indians for their own selfish motive. Now what happened when this Delhi Darbar was organized, lakhs of rupees were spent and this was not liked by the Indians. Next, Vernacular Press Act. Vernacular Press Act basically was established in 1878. What was Vernacular Press Act? Vernacular means local language. Remember, local language. Vernacular means local language. So Vernacular Press Act basically was started in which it was being told that the Indians would not be allowed to publish newspapers in their local languages. It was banned from the Indians. Now it was being told without the permission of the Britishers, they cannot publish the newspapers in their local languages. Another thing which was not liked by the Indians. Arms Act basically was introduced. Here the arms were being not allowed for the Indians if they did not have the license. What the Britishers thought that another revolt can happen, a revolt of 1857 sort. So they thought that they start an arms act so that the Britishers should force Indians to surrender their arms, and only the Indians which have the license, they could have the arms. Next, what happened after these policies, the Indians were fed up and they wanted to get rid of them. Now what happened, we'll be talking about some of the leaders, a very important portion, which played a very important role in awakening the Indians. First of all, we'll be talking about a pioneer leader whose name is Surendranath Banerjee. Yes, Surendranath Banerjee, he is basically known as a great political analyst, and an idea of nationalism and liberalism was spread by him in open. He was the first person to establish a political party in India. Remember that it is a very important portion. He was the first person to establish the political party in India with the name of Indian Association. With the name of Indian Association in the year 1876, 1876. He established Indian Association where he promoted the ideas of nationalism and liberal thinking, and they wanted that the British should give them rights and they should not exploit them. He also fought against the Arms Act which was introduced by the Britishers. He told that the Arms Act was not correct. Britishers also introduced, they also reduced the age of ICS exams. ICS basically means Indian Civil Services. Britishers reduced the age of ICS exams where the Britishers made the age reduced. Now the Britishers, when they were doing so, the Indians' opportunity was reducing because the Indians were not having such a good education setup in India. That is why there was a high age of ICS exam in India, and it was being reverted back with the efforts of Surendranath Banerjee. He also raised his voice against the Universities Act, where the Indians were not given proper salaries. The Britishers were treated much more higher than the Indians. Next, we'll be talking about Dadabhai Naoroji, a very important person. He is basically known as a person which is the great grand old man of India. He was a political person who openly condemned the British policies and fought against them. He was a person, they did not fought in an open sense, basically they opposed them. These were the people which belonged to the moderate class. We'll be talking about the moderates and extremists in the next chapter. They were basically belonging to moderates. When I am saying openly condemned, basically they were telling the Britishers that you are wrong, but in a very polite manner. What happened? Dadabhai Naoroji was the first person who was elected and selected basically in the House of Commons in Britain. He went to Britain, UK, and he was selected in House of Commons in Britain, and he raised his voice against the atrocities which are done by the Britishers in India. He was also a person who established East India Association in India. He established East India Association in India, where he joined all the youth, educated youth, to make them aware about their political rights and told the Britishers that they should be giving the Indians political rights. He was the person who advocated Swaraj in India. Basically, Swaraj does not mean here that complete independence. Here the Swaraj basically meant that they should be given right to govern themselves. So remember that they wanted that they should be given right to govern themselves in a proper manner. Next, what happened? He also introduced a theory which was known as, in his book basically, he wrote a book, and in his book he wrote a theory about drain of wealth. He basically wrote a book which was known as Drain of Wealth from India. And Drain of Wealth, he told about that the Britishers are exploiting Indians, and they took lots of gems and jewelries and all the big valuable things from the Indians and exploited Indians in all the manner, and they should not do so because the Indians are getting demoralized and their value are decreasing day by day. I hope these portions are clear to you. Go through the video once again. Make notes of these things because these are very important questions that arise in your exams. And go through the video once again. Then I will be giving you question answers of this chapter. And next we will be starting with the formation of INC. And then there we will be talking about moderates and extremists. Please go through the video. Thank you.